And here we are in Lincoln City, the home of the old Roman Empire, as known as Lindum Colonia. In 43 AD, the Romans came to this city. Oh look, we've got a military memorial there. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Right. I won't want to set foot up there anyway, out of respect. That building over there in front, that big building just there with the clock. I went out of focus a bit there, hang on, there we go. That building right there with the clock on it, that is an old Roman building, and we are about to go check it out. Hold on, try and not get people in the view. There we go. Don't worry, whoever gets in view, their faces will be blanked out. That, I don't know who's singing, but he can't sing to save his life. But still, shouldn't really say that, but still. There's the canals. Yeah, let's do a better view of the canal, shall we? I'm so scared to face my fear. And here we are at hart. Sorry, fella. Oh, that's what you said. There you go. And there you see this river. The Romans would have probably came across. The Romans would have probably came across this river. Hold on, let me just go. Excuse me, mate. Would the Romans have come across this river? Would the Romans come across this river?
Not today.
No, what about like when they were first here? All right, cool. The Romans would have probably came across this river. Hey, look at that pigeon down there. You wouldn't think you'd get a Roman boat underneath there, would you? But the Romans would have came all the way across here, or at least built this. Oh, look at that. He's taking a dip, getting his feet, whatever they are, paddles, whatever they are that birds have, getting his feet wet. And down there, I don't know if you guys can see it, but growing up as a child, we used to watch a thing called Rosie and Jim, and there is the boat, right down there. Now, the Romans would have came along here in 45 AD, shortly after the invasion of Britain. Right, now that we've got closer to the actual ruin, there it is. Well, it's part of the Roman ruins, because this is originally all Roman. Floor in here would be all original probably, but isn't this an amazing build? The engineering of the Roman Empire. Now I don't know if that clock would have been up there originally, but can you imagine what it would have been like as a legionary walking through here as a Roman legionary, marching through with the centurion behind you or in front, wherever the centurion would be. You can see parts of the original Roman flooring, the old cobble flooring. Yes, my hair's going everywhere, it's doing my head in. And look at all, sorry Pat, you can see the actual texture of the brick, well, sandstone. The engineering of how the Roman Empire would have been is absolutely astounding. Sure, right? Well, this is the Roman part of the Roman walk. They're going to end up going to the very top up there. And there is a hill up here called Steep Hill. And believe you me, it is steep. Very steep. So let's just carry on exploring, shall we? See where this Roman walk takes us. Literally taking the footsteps of our ancestors over 2,000 years ago. Now the craziest thing is we live a lot more closer to the Roman era than what we do the dinosaur era, but at the same time, interesting fun fact, we actually live closer to the dinosaurs, like meaning more the T-Rex than anything else. But here's another thing, when the pyramids were being built, there were woolly mammoths running around at the same time. Not obviously like, not obviously when around the periods, not periods, fucking pyramids. But the period at the time of when the pyramid was being built, there were woolly mammoths running around in the Antarctic before their extinction 40,000 years ago. I don't actually know when they were extinct. If anyone could tell me, please leave them in the comment. Feel free to give me a like, share and subscribe. And then hopefully everything's a little bit good. A little bit good. Like sweet caramel and tender. I have no idea what I'm on about YouTube, I'm just waffling, like I always do. I don't want to get one over now, do we people? Stand across. Quickly. Before we get ran over. It's very windy today, so you're not going to be hearing much of me speaking, you're going to be hearing more of the wind. But this is part of the Roman walk that we are doing now. Now this is coming up towards Steep Hill, people, known as the Straight, and you can see the sign there. Don't know why they call it straight, because that doesn't look very straight to me. But now as we are approaching Steep Hill, you've got to realise the Romans would have had to linger stuff up and down here on a daily basis. Oh, that's the church that we'll be going past soon. You guys will be checking that out on the way soon. Soon. Oh, trying to walk and speak up here is a killer.
Yeah, you can't go right yet.
I know, I've got to get up there yet. Oh yeah. Himalayan curry. I would advertise them people, but I don't know if they want me to or not.
Not even tried them yet.
Exactly, I've never even tried them either, so I can't come. Now here's a fun thing for you all my lovely viewers. Aircraft components. Right to everything to bullets and ammunition. Isn't that crazy? Look, you got the 5.56 there. Are they really that small? 5.56 rounds? Because I'm sure that that's an assault rifle 5.56. And I don't ever remember seeing AK bullets as small as that. Now, if anyone knows about their firearms over in America, please feel free to let me know, because I know that 303 is not as big as that. And I definitely know that the 5.56 isn't as small as that. But I'm probably wrong, so if anyone wants to let me know, please feel free in the comments. Look at the size of them. Can you imagine them flying at you? I wonder how fast you can run. Here we are, people, just about to get up Steep Hill. Now, the Roman castle is literally just up this road, but look how steep this is. You're going to see exactly on how steep this actually gets. And it lives up to its name, Steep Hill. Believe you me, this is absolutely nothing yet. Legs ain't bent. But to get up here, you're going to need rock climbing gear, believe me. So it's like climbing the tip of Everest to get up here. In fact, it feels like you're climbing Mount Everest getting up here. You need rock climbing gear and a guide. Look, there we go, there's Steep Hill. Look at how steep that is. And oh, she's running up there. That's it. Woo! I won't want to be running up there. How can people do this? Even my partner's ahead of me. Oh, I'm dead already. Well lane, yeah, I'll be well once I've got up here. I need more than well. Oh, jumping jellyfish. Here we go. Going up Steep Hill. Oh. Yes, this is steep. But if I turn around now, don't worry. That is how steep this hill is going to get. You can see the climb now. You can see it going all the way up. Look at that view. Isn't that an amazing view? Just that. You know, don't worry, there's a lot more bigger, better views to come, people. A lot more bigger, better views. Zoom back out. Oh, bloody hell, tripping over something here. Now, I wonder if this flooring is actually original flooring of the Romans. Now, I wonder if this flooring is all original of the Romans. Wow, you need some leg strength to get up here. You do need some leg strength and power to get up here. I can hear my engines clocking and turning. Turbines are going. The fuel's running low because my engines are being overpowered. How can people get up here? Yeah, I'm struggling already getting up here, people. And here we are, up steep hill. Not all the way yet, but we're a good way up. A very good way up at least. So now if I look down, anyone in my way? No. You're alright, mate, go on, pal.
Yeah, it's alright, I'll wait for mate anyway, because we're not going in there.
That steep hill right there, you can just see the bottom end of the road, right where we were. All the way down there. And now, trying to get up here, to go all that way, is going to be a killer. You can keep walking, all the way up. And this building here has got some incredible history to it. I don't know much about it, but it's called the Harlequin. Now if anyone wants to read this, they are more than welcome to. You can have a good pause on that if you guys would like. I will do it to every single sign. This is this building here. You can see the reflection. Look at all that. Look how it used to look back in the day. Your style backwards. You don't see a style like that anymore. Excuse me, you don't see a style like that anymore. Let's have a nosy inside, shall we? It's not really the best of pictures, peeps, but I can't get a decent shot in now. I'll edit that one out. See if we can get a bit of view from in here. There we go. There we go. There's a fireplace there, look. Just there. Now, isn't that such a remarkable building? I mean, it looks like they're doing some work in there, or unless that's to keep it up or some sort, I don't know. And there's the other view of inside of this same building, the Harlequin. Now, I don't actually know what this would have been. Now, if anyone is from Lincoln and they know about the history of this place, please feel free to let me know what this would have been. I'm interested to find out. And that is Lincoln Castle, or Cathedral, however you call it. That there is the Roman Castle. We're going to try and get up to there today, if we can. And try and give everyone the best view of Lincolnshire. Oh bloody hell, I nearly dropped my phone. And the best view of Lincolnshire. We've got a lot of stuff about Vikings here, of Viking territory of Lincolnshire. Lincolnshire children's history. This will be handy for our younger viewers. Huh? Look at that. Looks like an arrow. I think that is meant to be an arrow. Can you imagine one of them flying at you? Especially if you're a legionary. It's the last thing you'd want is one of those to be flying at you. Now, you see the difference of the Vikings here. Ain't that such a handsome chappy? Bit like me, really, isn't he? Just minus a beard. I wish. This place is actually incredible. If you lot are ever in Lincoln, you are more than welcome to come in and have a nosy at everything in here. This is everything. We've even got t-shirts, hats, magnets. Looks like my wife. And then you've got virtually everything here, from all your Viking medallions, necklaces. Even got little bits of military, bits of military history here. Cast iron tank, cast iron cannons. Now these are interesting little things. These was what the Romans used to use as catapults. Now this is a little bit of history to you. The person that said the Romans didn't have anything as big as an Arctic truck, well, you're actually wrong, mate, because this was the size of an Arctic and weighed nearly 2,000 pounds. They used to put either rocks in there or balls of fire, and they'd have a legionary on the end of this bit here, and then they'd crank it up. I don't know if this thing will move, but they'd crank it, and as they've cranked it, that would just fly over us. So probably if there was a castle, or they need to breach anything or find anything. Oh, there's an owl there, look. You know, owl of mine of rain. I probably completely obliterated that, but never mind. Now these are interesting little things. Look at that, you've got the Spartan helmet there. Looks like a Roman gladiator there, doesn't he? I used to have one. I used to have a guy like this. Little statue figurine.
When Richard II came in 1386, he presented Lincoln's sword, which is down at the Guildhall. So, and his emblem was the white hart, the stag. So, hence why it's white hart. Since 1420, and then he's been added on as a coachman and everything like that. So that was 1710. Really? Yes. So that's the oldest part of the building at the moment, 1710, which is 2 centuries ago. And then you jump forward in time to World War I, and this is where the first tank was designed.
Yeah, I know the first tank was designed here.
Yeah. So, World War I.
The old Part 1 tank.
Yes. Yeah. Which, if you go to the Museum of Lincoln's Life, they've got a big model.
The Lincoln Museum isn't open yet, is it? 'Cause it's been...
It's open, yeah. It should be today, yes, it's open. So you'll be able to go there, and if you go up towards Greg's, turn left, that's Westgate. If you go down to the bottom and then turn right, just where you see that's Burton Road, and then you come to the crossroads. Just over the crossroads on the left-hand side, you'll see the Museum of Lincoln's Life. My name's Kevin.
It's understandable.
Hello.
And I'm Amy, I'm his girlfriend.
No, that's all right.
Because I can't, I don't want to pass anything on, but still
Yeah. So then, Second World War, it was generally used by the bomber pilots in Lincolnshire.
So doing it like a base camp or like
No, they just used to come in for drinks, that sort of thing.
like a pub back.
Yeah, sort of. And then obviously in the 1960s when the Axe was staying at the Theatre Royal, we used to have a lot of them staying here.
I did hear about
60s
that.
onwards, the 70s and 80s, you used to get all the Theatre Royal Acts staying here. And then obviously you had the Da Vinci Code staying here. Yes, Tom Hanks or
So the Da Vinci Code was actually filmed here?
they used, when they then go into Westminster Abbey, the scenes inside were the big.
Wow!
That's interesting. Well, thank you for that.
You're more than welcome.
Shout out on the feature. So it should be uploaded within
A week.
time.
Because we're in Lincoln all day doing like round the Roman bit because for his viewers.
I've had a lot of requests.
Yes.
A lot of people, and a lot of them are doing Roman studies.
Right,
Want to
okay,
see-
so you've got Newport Arch just up there,
That's where we're heading now.
which is the only surviving arch that you can drive through as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
You've got ruins down on that side on Eastgate, and just past the other side of Newport Arch, just further up on the left hand side, you've got some more ruins there. And if you go round down Eastgate and down to the bottom on the left, just before you go into the castle, get back there, you go to the left hand side, you'll see it's slumped. There's a
The bit what we seen last time.
That's where they dug up the next gate from there, and then they were told to fill it back in. That was in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So that's this gentleman who used to run the Struggles in them days.
I have heard of that.
Yeah, sort of started digging that up, and he found that, and then they were told to dig it back in. That's why it's slipped.
Just for the purpose of his YouTube channel, when was this hotel actually built?
It's been in here since 1420.
Wow.
And then it's been added on, and then as a coach in 1710, and then he used to drive through the main entrance here. He used to do more open up. He used to drive right back to the stables. So he would drive back. So originally the building would have been just this bit, and this bit, and then it's been added on and added on. So.
Okay.
On my YouTube channel's Mike. Here we are, a Roman arch. Now this, from what I was told, is the new quarter arch. New quarter, one of the two. Is it? Oh yeah, of course. Thank you. And then if you look, the Newport cottage wall, which would be, sorry fellas, try and get your camera if I can, and if we can look, that is that. I mean, look at that. Surely you would have known, you went, that is not going underneath there. That would be there, so that would be on that corner bit there by the looks of that. But I'll zoom in. Feel free to have a read of this, guys. You are more than welcome to. Zoom in. Feel free. Let's try and get as far down as we can. Oh, it's a long way down for me. Oh look, there's the back end of that truck up there. So that's what it would have looked like. That's some damage right there, isn't it? That is some damage there, isn't it? Wow. I can't get my eyes off of that. Now isn't that remarkable? I mean, if anyone knows, why would you have a tunnel of that size? Even I won't be able to get underneath there. You've got the arch cottage, I'm not going to film that to somebody's house. Oh, look, oh, I can actually get underneath here. Taking a step back in the Roman Empire, people. It's like I'm time traveling. Oh, it's dark down here. Ooh, echo! Now, isn't this just fascinating of the Roman engineering, of how they would have built and designed this? And here's the other side. Look at that. So this is where that truck must have crashed. I think that's where they did the repairs here, by the looks of it. Here, I think it's just wilted away over the years, but it looks like this was also connected to it as well. Before I get run over. Now I'm sure this would have been part of it as well. It looks like it. Looks old enough. Now I wonder what this would have been for the Romans, or if this would have been the entrance into Lincoln, I think anyway, or Lindum Colonia. Walk back through it, shall we? I wonder what that was. Sorry. I wonder what that was. Interesting. There's a lovely assistant waiting for her from back. Oh, she ain't getting it. Isn't that high? Now that is the front end of it. Isn't that remarkable? That's Roman remains. But there is a lot more to come, because up there is also part of the Roman castle. You can just see the tip of it there. Let's go and have a look at that, shall we? And there we are, a Roman castle. I know we have been here once before, but we didn't get much time to look around. So while we're here, we're going to have another search. We're going to try and get up there today if we can. Or better still, get up there. Can you imagine a view from up there? Now, I wonder if they would have had arches all the way up here to protect everybody. All the archers been up there, or they've been up there. Gotta be careful, I'm nearly elbowing people walking up then. We are literally about to enter the castle. Look at the size of these doors. Wood, solid wood. You ain't getting through that in a hurry, especially if they're shut. Now, can you imagine trying to get through this door, especially when they're both closed? Because there's the other one. Look at the size of that little gap in there. Hello.
Hi.
What?
Explain.
Well,
The wall.
This is part of the Roman wall. Now this would have been a perfect defense against like attacks of Anglo-Saxons, barbarians. Because you ain't climbing that in any time soon. And there's only one way in, well, 2 ways in and 2 ways out. That entrance over there and the entrance over here. So even if you look over there, you'll see a big ass watchtower. They would have had archers up there, right where that flag is. So there would have been probably a legionary up there, a legionary archer. They would have had catapults somewhere in here. I'm not really fully blown historian, full-blown historian, but I do know certain bits and bobs. And if that was down to me, that's where I'd be as an archer, right up there. Come on, let's have a look around. And as you're going along, it'd be perfectly cool. But the only way you would have been able to get up there if you were trying to ever invade would have been a ladder. But then what's stopping it giving the old heat up? Because you would not want to be running up there anytime soon. And if you look, well, it looks like they're original steps that lead somewhere. And if you look, you've got steps here that go up and probably go up and around into the castle there. So it looks like you come down and round, because that looks like an entrance to me. So then you'd be going up, and you'd be going at an angle, probably going around the wall. Because none of this bit would have probably been there at the time. So the only way in, I'm guessing, would have been up them stairs, around, and into that door. And then probably a set of stairs, like a spiral stairs, to get up to there, I suppose.
If you want to see the top of this, drop a like or a comment and subscribe to his channel.
Can you imagine trying to storm up this? So if you was a barbarian and you was trying to attack a soldier up there, you'd have to physically climb that to then charge up there. But there's nothing stopping them from going around that corner, because there is a doorway that leads all the way around. Such a remarkable stone.
Small door coming up.
Size of that door.
Stand in it. It's the same height.
I can just fit in this. Like that ball was getting through though. Look at that. I have to crouch in. Oh, whether